So I got creative and if you've been around for a while, you've probably seen all this in action. But I used to climb out of my sister's window. It was very safe, okay? Very safe, because the house we lived in had an extension downstairs in the kitchen. So it had a solid roof above the kitchen ready for an extension upstairs. So I used to climb out of my sister's window and take my yoga mat, and I would go and do yoga there while looking at the sunset. So at my most recent workshop, which is recorded and available to purchase if you want, there was a little bit of confusion around manifestation and what it is. And so I've decided to create a video which clarifies it and busts a couple of myths. Okay, so for example, myth number 1, all you got to do is think positive and you can have everything you want. That is not it, okay? Thinking positive is definitely a foundation of manifestation, aka like attracts like. What we focus on, we attract, but it's not just thinking positive. There is being that person that you want to be. There is taking inspired action and being intentional about what it is that you want to attract. The second myth I want to talk about today is the whole fake it till you make it, right? So a lot of us, if you're like me in the beginning, when I first heard of law of attraction, I thought it was like, just buy the trainers, it's okay, you know, act like you're rich, it's fine, the money will come, blah, 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 and all that jazz. And I was like, I don't know why I just went into that accent. That's not it. Like, yes, they do say fake it till you make it, but it's fake it by embodying, not by putting yourself in uncomfortable positions, not by putting yourself into debt, not by putting yourself into worry about, oh, where am I going to get food for my plate? Like, where am I going to feed the family? Where am I going to live? But it's being creative about embodying those feelings. And I'm going to share that in my 4-step manifestation process. So here we go. Number 1 is deciding what it is that you want, okay? Like, decide and declare. State it with conviction, right? Belief and faith that he will deliver. Belief and faith that the universe will deliver. Once you've decided that this is what you want, you need to declare it, because it is his will for you to be happy. Like, it is, we are sent on this earth to have fun. I genuinely believe that. And live like a joyful life. Yes, sometimes we will have challenges and stuff, but that's what makes it fun and that's what makes us grow. But the overall aim of us being here is to really enjoy life. However we choose in that moment is perfect. So if you decide, this is what I want, remember, it's this or something better. Because sometimes what we think we want or is good for us is actually too low for us, and we need something even higher than that. So it's important that in deciding what it is that you want, remain open to miracles. And then remember, like, once we've got something decided, whether it's in goals or vision boards or whatever, we start seeing it around us. And that's just a sign that it is close, right? But it's how you then think about it. So let's say you're like, oh, I really want a 1-bedroom flat. And then all your friends start getting 1-bedroom flats and they look really nice, just like what you want. And instead of you celebrating and thinking, oh yeah, this is nice. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. You're more like, lucky you. Like you become negative about the feeling. What that does is actually repel it. So be aware or be alert to the fact that when we see something that we want, that is on our vision board, that is on our goals list, it just means we're getting closer to receiving it. Just have faith and carry on acting as if. Step number 2, once you've decided what it is that you want, how will it make you feel? Okay, now this has been one of the key things for me personally, and I'm going to share my example in a minute. But how will it make you feel? So if it's a 1-bedroom flat, will you feel safe? Will you feel confident? Will you feel comfortable? Will you feel successful? Write down all those feelings, right? About how having that thing or reaching that goal will make you feel. Again, this is something that I covered in my workshop with a workbook. So if you are interested, the link is at the bottom, and it's £55 for 110 minutes of lesson and 2 workbooks. Okay, so step 3 is where it starts getting fun, right? Step 1, you've decided what you want. Step 2, you've decided or you've written down how it will make you feel. Step 3 is how can you feel that way daily, okay? Now don't be like, oh my gosh, there's 27 emotions. I can't feel that every day. Pick 1 or even 2 a day that you tap into creatively. So let's say, for example, again, with that flat, like, how would it make you feel? It would make you feel excited. Okay, so how can you get excited today? Get excited about your coffee. Call a friend who gets you excited. Watch some comedy that makes you laugh and makes you feel excited. Like, be creative about how you can be excited or playful or feel successful. Maybe you've got screenshots of like your accomplishments. Just take a look at them and, you know, embody that feeling. Just embody, basically. That's literally all you need to do for step 3. And step 4 is simply, how can you act that way in terms of daily routines, right? So step 3 and 4 are very similar, but step 3 is about tapping into those feelings. Step 4 is about creating those routines and behaviors, okay? Like, we'll go back to the flat, for example. In terms of feelings, we've spoken about how you can tap into those. And then behaviors and routines. If you had your own flat, what would you be doing? Would you be having a weekly cleaner? If you can afford a weekly cleaner, then get them to start coming where you are. If you can't afford it at the moment, clean your house weekly. Would you be cooking every evening? Start trying to cook or prepare your food in a nice, exciting way. You know, get into those routines as if you've already got it. That's that whole fake it till you make it without increasing your costs or spending money that you don't have. So for me, I was aiming for a flat with a view, right? I wanted like a sunset view or just like a nice, gorgeous skyline view. So something upstairs rather than downstairs. And I asked myself, okay, so what does that version of me do and how do they feel? How can I start being her? And I looked around like my immediate space and surroundings. So at that time, I was staying in a little single bedroom. My choice to pick the smaller bedroom, like, you know, I could have had a bigger one, but I was like, yeah, I travel a lot, so I don't need a big space. Anyway, and I had initially had this room as like, it's just a place to sleep. Right? I didn't bother making it feel good and stuff. I had a big ass bed that kind of took up most of the room there. And I was like, okay, how can I make this room feel the level that I want my place, my next place I live in to be like? First of all, I got a newer bed, like bed and mattress, and it all cost me, like, it was within my budget. It was very cheap. I didn't buy expensive stuff. I bought stuff that was within my budget, that I was, you know, with money that I was willing and able to spend in order to make myself more comfortable and happy with my situation. Got a nice little bed, right? So then there was more space around it. Got like a little tiny fluffy rug, you know, those little IKEA fur rugs, placed it next to my bed. I went to B&M and I bought a few like decorative pieces for my room, and it really felt like immediately it just went higher level, like it felt higher class to me without spending a lot of money. And I felt like I would walk into my room and be like, my space. So already it's now making me feel good and feel happy about being at home or being in my own personal space. So that was more on the feelings side, right? I wanted to feel good, to feel comfortable, to feel excited about coming into my space. And then in terms of habits and routines, what can I start doing that embodies that version of Tanya that lives in an apartment that has a nice view or is in a nice area? Okay, so I got creative and if you've been around for a while, you've probably seen all this in action. But I used to climb out of my sister's window. It was very safe, okay? Very safe, because the house we lived in had an extension downstairs in the kitchen, so it had a solid roof above the kitchen ready for an extension upstairs. So I used to climb out of my sister's window and take my yoga mat, and I would go and do yoga there while looking at the sunset. I would have calls with my friends. One of my friends, Tristan, actually, I used to speak to him every Friday because we wanted to have we wanted to live together, right? It was supposed to be Colombia, but anyway, we wanted to live together and we wanted somewhere with like a nice sunset, you know, drinks on the sunset type thing. So every Friday I would hang out with him. I would sit on this balcony while watching the sunset and having a drink, whatever drink it was, sometimes even having my dinner over there. I would also do it by myself. So it's like me spending time alone, watching the sunset, doing my yoga, speaking to my friends, journaling, whatever it is. And the food, I would really like make effort to cook like my prawn pasta with my glass of white wine and just really make sure that I was comfortable. Like, without spending extra money outside of my budget, I was really making sure that I was, enjoying life. And now, oh my gosh, the places that I've been staying in over the past couple of months have surpassed my expectations. Not just like quality of deco inside, but even views and stuff. So the first place I moved to from there was a really, really gorgeous, cute little place. It was a little bit small, but it was really, really, really nicely decorated. And it even had that same IKEA fluffy rug, okay? But there was no view. There was like a little Juliet balcony, but no view. So I used to go and still sit by the balcony, and I would sit in the chair and I'll do my journaling. I think I've got pictures actually on my Instagram, which is TanyaRose_05. Connect with me if we're not connected. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Let me know what you want to see and all that jazz. And I would sit on the balcony and I would just like look outside, and it was just trees, but I would just look outside, that habit that I wanted, that routine of like being outside, having somewhere with a view. And then I moved in with wee daddy T, aka Tristan. The place we moved into, sorry guys, but the place we moved into was beautiful. It was almost perfect. Like it was even better than I had expected. The sunset views, wow, the sunset views. Like one of the days I was watching the sunset, I literally wanted to cry because I was like, this is even better than I imagined, and this is beautiful. And I was really grateful for it. That's another thing, gratitude. Like, be grateful for the little things that are around you that embody or are linked to that thing that you're trying to manifest. So if you're trying to manifest a house, be grateful for having a roof, grateful for a bed, be grateful for your stove that works, washing machine, whatever it is. Really make sure you take time to be grateful for and tap into celebrating those things. And the idea with this manifestation thing is to enjoy the journey and the process on your way to receiving something better. Because if you're happy and you're satisfied and you're enjoying, then God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, God is going to be like, she's having fun. She likes house. Let me give her house. Let me show her house. She thinks this is good. Come see better house. Okay, my accents, I don't know. It just happens, okay? It's my brother's fault. I don't know whose fault it is. Okay, it's just who I am. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Yeah, so enjoy the process. Take time to really have fun in the journey, to be creative about how you can really feel aligned and just enjoy where you are, because everything is happening exactly as it should at all times. So I have a challenge for you, right? This challenge is key to you manifesting your next level. And also with this challenge, if you do need a little bit of help, just grab my workshop. All right, so look at your vision board, right? If you have a vision board, or your goals, list down the feelings, the way you're gonna feel, the emotions that you're gonna feel when you get there. And every week, or just this week alone, pick 3 feelings that you're gonna embody throughout the week. You can pick 1 a day, you can do all 3 in a day, but just make sure you are creative about it. Whether it's playing around with family and friends in order to evoke excitement, whether it's dance party to invoke those feel-good hormones, whether it's going for a walk, to invoke hiking, whatever it is that higher version of you feels when you have those things, I want you to challenge yourself to go get it. Right? Let me know what your results are. I love you.